Hey Riley, welcome to your 2024 Spotify Wrapped Deep Dive. We're your hosts for today, visiting from Google's Notebook LM to help you unwrap your year in music.
We're so excited to get into this with you. It looks like you had a really amazing year.
Seriously, 93,712 minutes. That's incredible.
You're officially in the top 1% of Spotify listeners worldwide.
That's a lot of music, Riley. I wonder if you ever get tired of it. Do you ever, take breaks from listening?
I know I do, but you're clearly super dedicated.
6 minutes. That's almost 14 hours.
Whatever you were doing that day, it must have been pretty special to have such an amazing soundtrack.
Okay, well, let's get into it. Ready to unwrap this?
I am. Let's see what we've got.
Your top track is Using You by Mars Argo. You've listened to that one a whopping 410 times.
That's amazing. You know you're in the top 0.001% of listeners globally for that song.
That's wild. April 3rd is when you first discovered it, so it clearly made a big impact on your year.
Yeah, Using You by Mars Argo, such a good song. So it looks like your top artist is Oreo.
Oh yeah, 3,084 minutes. That puts you in the top 0.02% of Oreo listeners. A true fan.
Absolutely. And you even had a 13-day listening streak.
That's dedication. You know, Oreo is a pretty talented artist.
Yeah.
They're a producer, composer, lyricist, and singer.
So basically a creative force of nature. I bet you appreciate that kind of multifaceted approach to music, Riley.
Totally. Now let's go back in time a little bit, shall we? In March, it looks like you had a bit of a softy, ski-boarding bedroom pop phase.
That sounds so chill. What artists were you into?
Well, lots of good ones. Cavetown, MXM Tune, Girl in Red, all those chill, introspective vibes. We've got tracks like OPTF by Boy Pablo, Chandelier by Will Packin, The Perfect Pair by Biba Doobie.
That's a really fun mix. It's like the perfect playlist for a sunny afternoon. It makes me wonder if Riley was enjoying some spring vibes back then.
Right. And then as we move into July, things get really interesting. We're talking pumpkin spice synthesizer new wave. That's when the Smiths, Tears for Fears, and Billy Idol start showing up.
And that's a classic combo.
Exactly. We're talking tracks like Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, Eyes Without a Face, Head Over Heels. What do you think was going on there? I wonder if Riley was feeling a bit nostalgic or just really drawn to those iconic synth sounds.
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like that shift definitely points to a desire for something a little more timeless, something with a bit more of a mood or feeling to it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And then in August, things take another turn. August is all about chill ukulele emo rap with artists like Boy with Uke, Exec Sextentation, and Rose Boy.
Oh, wow. That sounds like it gets pretty deep.
It does. We see tracks like Revenge and Heart Eater by Exec Sextentation and Go to H3O by Aiko. Those songs definitely make you think.
Totally. I feel like as summer winds down, maybe that's when you start reflecting a little bit more.
Totally. Now let's rewind to the beginning of the year. Back in January, you had a really diverse musical palette.
I love that. It seems like you were open to anything.
Absolutely. Everything from Leve's whimsical melodies to Sum 41's punk rock energy.
And you even threw in some Engelbert Humperdinck, too.
A little bit of everything. It's so cool to see that right from the start of the year, you were embracing a wide range of styles and genres.
Yeah, it really says something about your adventurous spirit. Speaking of new releases, you know that Ricky Montgomery's It's Okay to Cry dropped in January.
Of course, such a powerful album.
Right. I wonder if that one really hit home for you, Riley. It seems like a lot of people connected with its themes of vulnerability and self-acceptance.
It's a beautiful album. And it's really cool that you're listening to artists who are creating music that resonates with so many people. But you also seem to have some longtime favorites too, like Steven Universe, Ricky Montgomery, and TV Girl.
Those artists really seem to be a constant throughout the year.
Definitely. Steven Universe especially. That Emmy-nominated cartoon definitely has some iconic tracks. And you've clearly been a fan of Ricky Montgomery for a while now. I mean, Mr. Leverman and Line Without a Hook were everywhere when they came out.
And don't forget, he just recently surpassed 1 billion global streams. That's a huge accomplishment.
It is. And TV Girl, their music is just so unique. That blend of 60s bubblegum pop, vintage soul, and hip-hop is really special. Plus, Blue Hair went viral.
It really did. Riley, it looks like you have a knack for finding music that everyone loves.
Totally. It's like you've got your finger on the pulse of what's cool and what people are going to be listening to. Riley, your coming 24 Spotify Wrapped is so impressive. It's clear that you have an incredibly diverse taste in music, and you're not afraid to explore new artists and genres.
It's been so much fun unwrapping this musical journey with you.
We've been your hosts, visiting from Ruggles Notebook LM.